sustainability is a consciousness. Okay, it's not a layer of, it's not a specialization, but it's a consciousness. And it's a consciousness that begins by saying that no is more. That if I were to design a product, if I were to design a space, if I were to design a city, if I were to design anything that transcends any level of scale from molecule to the universe, and I was to do this with no resource, where would I begin? All right, and that is the consciousness of sustainability. So, we take it for granted today in the world that we live in, that there's ample amounts of energy, whether that energy is there to create the product or for the product to consume in its lifespan, that there is no dearth of water, or there is no dearth of the amount of waste that is excreted in the creation of a product. The product could be a building, could be a car, the product could be a cup, it doesn't really matter. The question is that it is, in a sense, it is our third skin. So there's us, there is our skin, we have our clothes, and then we have the buildings that we live in, we have the products that we use. And by and large, they're all highly integrated. So, so to understand the notions of sustainability, right, the first objective would be, so we've done this, for example, in buildings. But in buildings, that example can be carried forward to anything. So when we begin a building, we begin by saying, okay, this is what green buildings do, for example, sustainable buildings. Say typically in an office building, every country has laid down codes as to what constitutes a green building, and they've put down a metric to energy consumption. So we begin by asking the first question that, where did this energy metric come from? And as designers and architects, can we reduce that by 75%? Let's go with that. How do we begin by doing that? And then we look at traditional wisdom, we look at passive design, we look at envelope optimization, we say we will go with 100% daylighting, because daylight is free. So why should we be relying on artificial lighting? Glare causes us problem, causes us to draw blinds, which then causes us to switch on lights. Then let's get rid of the glare. Not a problem. We are hot, most of this country is extremely hot. So what do you have to do? You have to build fabric, the envelope of the building, right? Which does not allow heat to pass through. What do? I mean, you don't wear an overcoat in a desert, right? Right. So essentially the same principle, right? So you think about the envelope of your building, and you say, glass lets in a lot more heat than solid walls do. So in a hot climate, what should you be doing? On the other hand, if you're in a temperate climate where weather is really, really good, right? What should you be doing? Should you be providing a many more openings to be more interactive with the weather, and lesser walls and lesser glazing? So think through, right? And so the pursuit is not really the pursuit of saving the planet. The planet will survive. You will not. Mankind will not if we go through climate change. But the planet will be fine. The real issue is that how do you use sustainability as a means, as a consciousness for consuming lesser resources in the production of the object, in the running, in the life cycle of the object, and in the death of the object itself. And I think that is where we will learn our lessons of how to run cities, of how to run governments, of how to run civilization of humanity. And we will begin to understand, we'll get our clues from there. Okay? So the key really lies. So at the end of the day, if you're an interior designer, if you're a product designer, you're an architect, it is our responsibility. In fact, it is our core responsibility to demonstrate that we can build sustainably, not only for a metric that consumes lesser energy or a metric that consumes lesser water, but something that is in sync with the environment throughout its life cycle.